This is an update on the blue agave plants, tips on caring for your agave, and cool information about the blue agave tequilana plants. Let's start with some care tips. In the first video about the blue agave, I moved the little plants from water to soil and they grew nicely for our season. And now we're moving them to a larger pot on more soil. Agave tequilana plants don't need vitamins, but they do need a type of soil that will not keep the roots wet. If you keep it in a pot, make sure that it has good drainage. And you can let it dry in between waterings about 2 or 3 weeks, depending on your weather. And keep an eye on your leaves. They should not look deflated or puffed up or brown. The root system of the agave is delicate, so be very careful when you are repotting. Also, don't cover the base too much. Just dig a hole deep enough for the root ball and not much higher than where the leaves start. If you are enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and I appreciate your support. We are adding soil on the top of the sand mix, and that should be enough for it to be happy. Make sure that it is sitting tight and doesn't wiggle too much. Soon enough, it will have more roots and it will look firmly established. You may ask yourself, can I grow blue agave in the US? And the answer is yes. Not outdoors in the colder parts of the country, but definitely in all zone 9, 10, and 11. I live in zone 8B, 9A, so in the winter I cover them with plastic and they are fine. If you have an already big agave, you bought a house, it was in there, you don't know what to do with it, just try to care for it. They are very expensive if they are already at a big size. And not to mention moving them, it is close to impossible because number one, the leaves will scratch you. Number two, it can get damaged. And number three, if it gets injured, the stress will trigger it into flowering. Once they have a flower, they just break in little pops around it. The larger plant dries out. We are adding rocks around the plant for two reasons. One, for decoration, and two, because in the winter, the rocks will gather warmth from the sun and keep your agave a bit more protected from the weather. They love heat. Another way to help your plant in cold weather, in areas more to the north, is to plant it in a suitable microweather. What is microweather? It is a slightly different weather condition, for example, closer or far from a fence that stops the wind, or an evergreen plant that always provides shade, or some other conditions in the area, garden, or even some blocks in the city that might change the temperature or conditions for your plants for better or for worse. Agave plants can grow around 6 feet tall and spread around 5 feet wide, so you need a big area for them to grow. If you keep them in a container, they won't get as big, but in the ground, they will get really big. Plus, if they flower, the stalk is another 5 feet high. These are a couple of care tips for your agave plant. Pruning. While blue agave generally requires very little maintenance, you should remove any dead or damaged leaves to keep the plant healthy and visually appealing. Always wear gloves when handling the leaves because let me tell you, the edges are very sharp. If you just discovered this channel, I hope you subscribe for more plants and gardening videos. I am personally planning to keep mine in these pots because my weather can get the odd crazy week of freezing temperatures that will definitely not help it, can completely freeze them. And also because I do not want a humongous thing. I don't have the space for it. I have some neighbors that have some beautiful, gorgeous agave plants outdoors, and they seem a little rough in the winter, but they keep them very nice looking in that particular large space. I rather have mine closer to the house and in a more reasonable size. It is possible. And now a little story for you. I planted one of the agaves, cared for it, and then the deer went and chewed two of them. Ugh. One was even plucked out from the ground. So, do deer eat agave? Even if the blue agave is considered unappealing to deer, yep, they will go and sample. It took me months to make this agave look nice and healthy again, and now there's a fence to protect them, and one of them has a little surprise tucked in the corner. Can you see it? A new baby agave. I will make a video about it as it grows. Regarding pest control, monitor for little pests like aphids and mealybugs. I have not had that problem with these particular plants, but if you notice an infestation, treat it promptly. I prefer neem oil, and there is one particular kind that has mint smell, so it doesn't smell really like neem oil. It's not very pleasant. But I had problems with fungus gnats before, and I am afraid of any little pest. Just keep an eye. Watch the next video in the screen for more plants.